Think you can take me to the shirt store? I'm Sam.
Dancing pirate ladies? That's very swashbuckling of you gals. I'm Jackie.
I thought the Smuggler's Tavern was in Moss Isley. This is Final Justice, and I'm Stinker Madness. God damn it. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah. This is Stinker Madness, a podcast about bad movies by bad movie lovers for bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, currently streaming on Amazon Prime, starring Greydon Baker, directed by one Stinker Madness alum, Greydon Clark. It is 1984's Final Justice, a staple in the MST3K catalog, which is where I first saw it. And 20 years later, I decided to make it an episode of this podcast. Because we like the Showdown, and we like the Greydon, and we like the Don Lumino guy. We just like the Don.
I just want to, before we even get started on this, I was watching TV yesterday, and I don't, like just sit and binge for like hours and hours usually. But I wanted to watch some binge moving because it's a holiday weekend, right? So I want to do some binging on some TV.
And you watched all the Amazon. Pierce Brosnan, James Bonds with the Greydon Baker.
No.
Damn it.
No. So I'm on Amazon, and I keep getting commercials.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell?
And they all
so apparently, you have to pay $2.99 a month now on top of your Amazon subscription to get it ad-free. And I'm like, fuck you, Amazon.
And I will say,
like 3 months old.
This is the third time we've had this rant from you at the opening of the show in the last 3 months, Jackie.
Really?
Yep. You can't remember shit.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Did you ever have it to lose?
Yeah, you're going to be mad about this again in just a couple weeks. You get that to look forward to. You're going to completely forget all of your anger. You're going to find a way forward to move on with your life, and then you're going to throw all that away and get pissed off about this again in 2 weeks, and it's going to be a major problem for you. Your life is going to collapse again. It's just a loop.
I don't know what my problem is, guys. Justin was telling me earlier today, I think I'm just losing my shit.
Yep.
I don't remember jack shit.
Now, it would be, I thought you were going to say, I don't remember watching this movie at all, because you have seen this movie, Jackie, and I would have been like, you know what? This one's okay that you forget. That you forgot you watched 20 years ago. But, yeah, well, here it is.
No, I remember the dancing pirate ladies. That's how I remembered this movie. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. As soon as they showed up, I was like, yeah, I remember this with the weird swords on this dingy-ass weird stage. Yeah, okay, I know this movie.
Yeah, okay, that'll do
I didn't know, I couldn't remember what happened or anything, but I remembered the pirate ladies.
I'm sure that's what Greydon intended for you to stick with. But, okay, Sam. Greydon Clark, I'm sure you're going to talk about again. Maybe not. We've already hashed through him pretty good.
I still haven't read his book. I need to do that.
Okay, should get on it.
On the cheap. Is what it's called in my life in low budget movies. It's probably pretty good. I'm meaning to read it at some point here.
Christmas is coming, Sam. Ooh.
This is his fourth time on the program.
It is not. It's more than that. You're skipping a couple. Yeah. I've got The Uninvited, which is arguably my favorite.
Did he do The Uninvited?
He did The Uninvited.
Okay, so that's 5.
The cat, Joysticks.
Joysticks I got.
The Forbidden Dance.
The Forbidden Dance I got.
Angels
the Forbidden
Brigade.
Dance I got Joysticks, Forbidden Dance, and Angels Brigade besides this.
And The Uninvited, I guess, is the one you're making. So this is his 6th time. Is
Valentini in The Uninvited as well?
I don't think so. No, it was George Kennedy and I don't know, some other schmoes.
That's the one with the cat, right?
Yeah, evil the undead cat. It's great. It's great. Alex Corden's in it. That's who you're thinking of. Alex Corden was in that one.
Yeah, so 5 times then.
Yeah. 5, 6, 5, whatever. Math is not.
What was the 6? What did I miss?
This one.
This would be. Okay, so I got Angels Brigade.
Oh boy.
Joysticks, The Forbidden Dance, Uninvited. This would be 5.
Okay, this is 5. I'm sorry, said me to math.
He could possibly make 7 episodes. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll be scratching pretty deep on him if we make 7, but I feel like he could. There's at least one more of his probably that we're going to end up doing.
Yeah, I've got Dark Future on the watch list, so we'll see.
Okay. He had to mortgage his house to come up with the other half of the American half of the movie money.
The other half of the American.
The American side was $100,000. I'm guessing the Italian producers just matched that. Mm-hmm. But really, what he had to do is mortgage his house to pay Jodan Baker, whose salary was coincidentally exactly $50,000.
Hey there, Jodan.
And then, in terms of. He's also the only other, I guess Bill McKinney is in it, who's in all sorts of Eastwood movies, and he's in Deliverance. Mm-hmm. But other than that, all of the actors are picked up in Malta or from the Italian production company. And so he plays the sheriff himself. So this is one of those where we get some Greydon Clark on screen, which is always fun. Yeah. He's there for, 2.5 minutes or something and gets shot. But he didn't do any cameo, and if he did one in Joysticks, I missed it. I didn't see him. Anyway, this is Jodan's last lead. He would never.
Oh, really? 1984? Wow. Seems early in his career. Walking Tall was what? 74?
73, maybe?
73? Okay, so 10 years of being a lead after, knocking it out of the park. I mean, with Mitchell. We gotta just say Mitchell. Yes. Mitchell always puts the butts in seats. Hey, it's the guy from Mitchell. We got to get in there and watch this movie. But that's still, despite Mitchell and despite Final Justice, it just seems like I would have thought Jodan would have done some lead up until 1990.
Doing what, though?
Jodan?
Jodan Baker business? I feel like the market dried up after this.
I guess.
For that.
I guess.
He's pretty old, and he wasn't young in this. Mm-mm. The thing is he was doing characters. He was a character actor in Westerns for years before Walking Tall, before he landed that lead. Mm-hmm. So, he kind of got kicked around. So, I'm sure that he's quite happy with his day in the sun as it all shook out.
Oh yeah, the cash that piled up for Jodan is yeah. Good for you, Jodan. Good for you.
Sure beats working.
Yeah, you could have been Reb Brown. Yeah.
I don't think anyone but Reb Brown could be Reb Brown, unfortunately.
That should be in the Constitution, Sam.
I know that we've had... his name is so hard to say and so silly. Venantini, who's the main bad guy in this. He's also in that Bud Spencer Aladdin movie that we did, but I feel like he's probably shown up more than a few times. We just don't mention him very often because he isn't usually the lead. Yeah. And then his boss in the movie is played by Rossano Brazzi, who actually was a respected actor in the silver era of talkies. He was in South Pacific and The Italian Job was one of his later, before he is in these budget movies, I guess. The interesting thing about the Malta lead, who is Helena Dolly, the policewoman that follows him around.
Maria,
yeah. She would go on to be in Maltese Parliament and is currently the European Commissioner for Equality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. So, is that EU? I'm guessing, or is that the European EU's ambassador to Malta? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think it's probably an EU thing. I think they're part of
it's pretty high up there.
Financial EU, but they're not part of the actual EU. Malta's a weird thing because it's just a little island underneath Sicily, and it was under British rule for 200 years. So we're watching this and my mom's like, all these signs are in English. This is Malta. Why are the signs in? Because Malta was part of England for 200 years until 64.
Right.
And then their current government, I think, only traces back to 79. So it's an interesting place. But yeah, they speak English there.
Yeah, the Maltese Falcon was such a success that they demanded their independence from England. That's my understanding.
Did they ever find it?
I don't think they did, which is kind of the twist
weird
on the whole story. Still out there.
Was it in the... Did you leave it behind?
Yeah.
Where is it exactly?
I think the Manchurian Candidate took it.
Yeah, he forgot where he put it.
Yeah,
because of the brainwashing.
Programmed. Manchuria also did the same thing. They said, Britain, we're done with you. We've got our candidate, and they've got their Falcon, and we're teaming up, and we're the axis of bullshit.
Yeah. Other than that, nobody really, I think the blonde girl that gets raped, this is her first movie. She does 27 films. There was really any information about her is that rape scene that happens early on. It's the first time she's acted and she's naked and she's like, well, that was pretty terrible. And it was her first scene ever. That she ever shot was that, take off your clothes and this hairy guy is going to rape you in the shower. Yay, acting.
The actor didn't. Vinny didn't actually rape her. And in fact, I'm not even sure if the character in the context of the movie got anything done there either. But
he really headbutted her a lot.
Yeah, just smashed her up against the glass. Get those boobies on the glass, said Greydon Clark.
Yep. He was like, one day Sir Mix-a-Lot will love this movie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, maybe not that part. Sir Mix-a-Lot's a pretty cool guy. It's my understanding.
Is he?
Pretty cool guy. Yeah, he likes them on the glass, sure. But he likes them volunteered on the glass.
Sure. There you go. All right. Yeah. That's pretty much what I got on this thing.
Yeah,
it probably cost $200,000,
yeah.
Which is, I think, the minimum amount that you could spend on a movie that's shot on film and has 2 explosions in it.
Do you think it's cheap to film in Malta, or was in 1984? Because let me get this out of the way. Final Justice is a super budget movie, obviously directed by Greydon Clark, which means nothing to anybody who watches mainstream movies. But Malta itself is a beautiful filming location. Do more there. Why isn't... you would think that they would be a really good... nothing gets filmed on Crete, because I'm assuming Crete's not that nice. But Malta... seems like a pretty good... You could do heist movies. You could heist the shit out of Malta. Why not do more movies in Malta?
I thought there's a Amazon Prime series, or maybe it's Netflix, that is centered in... It's a guy that's... what's his face? Harry Connick Jr. Buys a house in Crete and lives there. It's a new show. So they shoot in Crete. Right.
Well, there's one in Crete. But I was surprised when after seeing this a second time, I'm like, you know what? This is a pretty nice place. There's lots of things to do here. You could have, I just wonder if there's permits, the island's too small. You can't shoot a very big movie there or something like that would prevent it. But
their government is 5 years old.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
When this movie is made. So I think if you're Malta, you just want to stay off the radar because it is really pretty, but it's like a 9-mile island that is its own nation state.
Yeah, so we can't support you. Don't come here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
500,000 people. That's how many people live in Malta.
It's pretty small country. All right. That's all I have to say about that. Jax, you want to describe your deep lust for the greasy, slimy, silver-haired mountain man that is the Jodan Baker? He's the sex, right? Wait, he's not the sex to you?
No, but that skeezy Italian rapist guy, he was pretty hot.
I can't what? Okay.
Facial or body hair, apparently, is the qualifier.
I'm pretty sure Jodan's probably a pretty hairy guy. I'm just throwing it out there. You don't see him with his shirt off very often, and there's probably a good reason for that, but pretty sure he's pretty... I got a picture of him with the Hawaiian shirt opened up pretty wide. He doesn't seem all that hairy. Okay. All right. That's the key. You got to just be covered in fuzz, I guess. And like Jodan-esque. Because Sam Elliott, to me, is just Jodan Baker. Shitty Jodan Baker with a bigger mustache. And like the same roles. Same, this is my shtick. And Chris Christopherson, same guy. They're the same guy. He's good looking. Jodan Baker? They don't look any... No, Chris Christopherson. Okay, yeah, sure. All right. I'm looking up pictures of Jodan Baker. He doesn't...
No, man.
No, he's a troll, Jackie. He is a total troll. But so are those other two guys. That's my point. You have no consistency.
No, I don't.
No, I do not.
No, it just kind of changes from day to day.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Jodan. I'm sure he's deeply disappointed. All right. So let's get into this. He is a Texas sheriff.
Deputy
sheriff. Sheriff's deputy or deputy sheriff? And what's the difference?
I don't know.
I don't either. I thought you were just the sheriff or the sheriff's deputy, but not
I feel like
deputy sheriff. Because isn't that like assistant to the manager?
I don't know.
Huh. Jackie?
Odd that we grew up in a place that our law enforcement was county, and we did have this sort of situation, but we just called them deputies.
We just called them deputies. And then there was the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the assistant sheriff.
The deputy sheriff. The deputy.
Yeah, he's like
sheriff.
number 2. He's number 2.
All right. Well, that's not as cool. Why would you make he should be the sheriff? Anyways, he's a deputy sheriff in Texas by the name of Thomas Jefferson Geronimo III. Because he's Native American.
Yeah. And I think that Jodan said, like, he saw the script and was like, I want to do this. But apparently there wasn't much of a script because Greydon Clark wrote most of it after they got to Malta because he had no idea what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yeah, this is your name and you're going to punch and shoot people. And he's like, I'm in.
I'm in.
Do I get 50,000? Yes, I'm in.
All right. I could get a mortgage for a house for that price. Like yours, boss. Oh God, that's so it's offensive. Whatever. It's 1984, but he's not Native American. He's not even freaking close. Thomas Jefferson, not Geronimo, Geronimo. He corrects us in the movie, the third. Because there's been 2 other assholes named that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tommy J. Big Native American people love the Tommy J.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to the stupid shit he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for the most part, I mean, this is most consider this bad movie Hall of Fame material because of its high ranking in the episode of MST3K.
Right.
And this movie is really stupid, but it isn't like the bar by what he's wearing and what his name is so stupid that everything else fails to achieve that level of stupidity.
Agreed. Yeah. Thomas Jefferson, as far as I know, all the native tribal people have been naming their kids after that Louisiana Purchase guy who took 90% of their land in one fell swoop. They love the Tommy J.
Yeah, they had to shoot in Malta because Theodore Roosevelt Sacagawea was already fucking up Sicily. And pronouncing it Sacagaway. I'm sorry, that's Sacagaway.
Okay. All right, so he's in his office, his deputy sheriff's office, and he's doing what Jodan does, taking a snooze after eating a shitload of donuts. Warren.
This was probably the most realistic part of the movie for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, yeah, that seems right.
It seems right. His deputy, the deputy sheriff's deputy, so he's assistant to the assistant manager, comes in and he's like, hey, you fat piece of shit, lay off the fucking donuts. Oh, God,
it also seems like they're the only 2 people that work there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Other than Wilson, I'm not real sure what Wilson's job is, but we'll discuss Wilson when he gets involved in this film. Elsewhere, there's this, I assume he's a Mexican man, driving down the road in his Isuzu pickup truck, having a good old time on the way back from the cherry farm, and about to see his family and his, they're going to have a nice night together when he's ran off the road by some asshole in a Mercedes. Jesus, oh man, damn it, I blew my radiator. How am I going to fix this? He said in Spanish to himself The guys in the Mercedes get out and they're like, shoot him?
They just shoot him.
They just shoot
I'm
him.
not sure. Why do they shoot him?
They don't have a discussion. Nothing. Like there's not, even when they get back in the car, there's not like, well, we couldn't leave a witness that our presence was here after doing whatever crimes we were doing, because these guys are Italian mafia. Why they're in America, I don't know. Why they're running cars off the road, I don't know. Why they're shooting Mexican laborers, I don't know. But that's all we're left with. They just cap this guy, get back in the car, the fucking Merc doesn't start, and they're like, shit, we shouldn't have shot that guy. Somebody's gonna come to help.
I don't understand why they didn't just steal his car.
Why didn't they just drive away? Like, sorry. And they just drive away and the movie never fucking happens. Right?
They're just deranged murderous assholes.
Yeah, I guess. But now they're fucked because the car doesn't start. And they're like, shit, cops. Oh, we shot that guy right next to the sheriff's office? I mean, it's right there. Right across the street. My God. And Jodan and the deputy come out and they're like, hey, should we go get some more of them donuts? And hey, there's crime, I think. I don't know. It's dark out. You guys over there. And they start shooting at them.
Yeah, it's more like, is that crime? And then the sheriff gets shot and like, yes, I've been murdered.
The deputy, you mean? Yeah.
They shot the sheriff, but they didn't shoot the deputy.
He didn't shoot the deputy sheriff. He shot the deputy sheriff's deputy.
No, he shot the sheriff.
That wasn't the sheriff that told him to stop eating the
Clark
donuts.
is Sheriff Bob.
Oh, he's Sheriff Bob. Okay. All right. He did shoot the sheriff.
Yep, but he didn't shoot the deputy, which is the song is
the
here
deputy's
for
sheriff.
this movie. It's
Or the
the plot of
sheriff.
this film.
He's not the deputy. He's the deputy sheriff. That doesn't...
He didn't get shot.
I didn't shoot the sheriff, but I did not... or I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy sheriff. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The
song sucks either way.
It sucks.
That's a stupid song.
It's a fucking stupid song. You know what's a fucking stupid Eric Clapton song besides all of them? I'm just going to say this out there right now. Eric Clapton sucks. He is the most overrated fucking guy of all goddamn time. But you know what song especially sucks after that one? Which really sucks is fucking Cocaine. Cocaine sucks.
I like that song.
No, you get out. You get out.
I like that song too.
Damn it.
Cocaine.
Over and over and over again. It's the same goddamn thing as Cat Scratch Fever. I hate them both. It's just the same shit over and over and over again. And at least fucking Wango Tango's screaming his brains out in Cat Scratch Fever. Clapton's just mumbling through the entire goddamn fucking cocaine shit. It sucks. It sucks. You guys are crazy.
It's not great, but I like it anyway.
Yeah, me too.
But I shot the sheriff sucks. It sucks. I need to travel back in time and crawl into the zeitgeist of people that were at the time were like, yeah, I shot the sheriff, fucking rules, man. And you're like, what?
That's the cover, isn't it?
Somebody, is it Dylan? Did Dylan write I shot the sheriff? No way. There's no way Dylan wrote that. Dylan writes good crap. Not
Bob
bad
Marley.
crap.
I thought it was Bob Marley. I didn't want to say it and be wrong.
I thought it's
a Bob Marley song.
I thought the Wailers covered Eric. Whatever. I'm assuming Bob Marley did.
Bob Marley wrote it.
Yeah, I'm assuming he did a better job. But I Shot the Sheriff by Eric Clapton sucks.
I think it sucks either way.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say anything bad about Bob Marley, but I don't like that song.
We said some
I
bad
don't
stuff.
like Bob Marley.
Yeah, Jackie doesn't like the doo-doo. It gets old. It gets old. You know what? That's where I'm at too. I'll say it. Hey, fucking Redemption Song. I'm doing the exact same thing. We did this. I'm pulling a Jackie right here. Redemption Song's a bad motherfucker. That's a fucking banger, man. Redemption Song's good stuff. Yeah, man, our country is shit. It's hard to be like, oh, this is revolution rock when you're like, it clashes. There's no, oh yeah, fuck man, we gotta burn this place down right after I'm done fucking burning this spliff. What? No.
Well, I think it's symptomatic of the fact that they're all loaded.
Mm-hmm.
You only go so fast.
Yeah. Man shot my wife. Stole my children for slavery. No. Okay. Okay, so these guys are the sheriff's down. He's shot in the tummy, bleeds out pretty good. And TJ, our man TJ, he's like, wipes his blood on his badge, symbolizing that he's going to get some vengeance. I think that's what that means. It's revenge time. So he tracks him down. Oh, they're on the southern border, I guess, because they're like, the border wall. Trump's fence. It's right there. Let's go. And so they just sneak around it like the current immigrants do. And Jodan's hot on their trail with their muddy boot prints because it's raining pretty hard. And they cross the border and they're like, hey, you can't shoot us. You don't have jurisdiction in Mexico. And he says, justice knows no boundaries, butthole. And blast Tony. Tony! Oh, no! And his brother, whose name is Palermo.
Palermo.
Is that how you say it?
Joseph Palermo.
Is that Joseph? Joseph is an Italian name? The Italian guy named Joseph.
They got Valentino Valentini to play Joseph.
Joseph, the Italian.
Yes.
That doesn't... Hi, I'm Juan, the British man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's like, you shot my brother, you son of a bitch. And he's like, well, fair game when it comes to gun duels, because he's a gun dueler. This is what he does. Draw, sucker.
You think you can take me? That's what he says repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Think you can take me?
Go ahead on. Instead of
your move.
Yeah, your move. All the time, over and over and over again. Like, these are dumb. No, I'm not going to gunfight you. I'm not inspired. You got to come up with something cool like...
Well, they should be doing this too. In real life, you'd be like, what? Is this guy a gunfighter? What the fuck? Mm-hmm. That's like 200 years too new or too old for now. Why are you doing that? But they're looking at him when he's like just kind of shaking like a 13-year-old boy who's seen his first pornography. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, you can take me. They're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is he gonna? And then he shoots one. He's like, holy shit, he's gonna gunfight us. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's a goddamn dueler. Not even a dueler, he's just gunfighter. I'll see you out in the streets of Laredo. Where am I at here? So Tony's dead. He takes the other guy in, Piermo. And in jail, he's told that, all right, well, this guy's an Italian mobster, so we're going to send him back to Italy, and you're his escort. You're going to ride with him on the plane, make sure he gets to the jail of Italy in one piece so he can serve his time.
Did you dress nice for your extradition?
Yep, check. Sure did. I got my one shirt.
Colonel Sanders wouldn't wear this shit.
No, come on. Did you guys see like the flaming eagle thing that was on the cuff of that shirt? I mean, it was majestic.
I would love to have this shirt. I'm not going to lie. I would wear it to the horse track every opportunity I could.
The shirt, I mean, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
And Colonel Sanders wouldn't wear it.
No.
Because it's too gaudy.
It's too gaudy. And
if it was only one color, Colonel Sanders would wear this.
Gaudy is the problem with my fashion sense, is because gaudy unfortunately equals expensive when it comes to shirts and like clothes. You can't buy gaudy on the cheap. Nobody wants it except for like 4 guys. I'm one of them. And so the price on shirts like this, the ugly, terrible, just awful shirts, I can't afford them. I would wear them all the time. No. I love terrible shirts, but I can't afford them. They're too expensive. This is probably a $200 shirt.
I mean, I would assume.
Yeah.
This is the whole suit is probably like a $300 or $400 affair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. And by awesome, I mean terrible. I love it. So he takes a nice flight to Italy. They're on their way, but the baddies behind them, who he doesn't manage to spot, even though he's one tough cop, they're clearly Italian men. They wear suits and sunglasses on a plane. Hey, those guys are henchmen, TJ, right there, sitting right behind you. And one of them's got a remote control thing for the airplane, which I guess causes engine failure, I guess. You hit the button.
So they didn't just go to Malta, like, to stop there?
No, they had to make an emergency landing. Because of the remote control
I missed
thingy.
that part.
Okay.
And I've seen this 6 times.
Okay. So yeah, they're like, engine fail. I can think of better ways, safer ways to make emergency landings. Like, one of the landing gear wheels suddenly shoots down. We got to make an emergency stop to get the engine failure. That's a bad way to, like, stop a plane, because they need those to land.
Mm-hmm. So, but then later the guy's like, well, I want to go to Sicily, but he doesn't actually want to do that, does he? Because he would be in jail.
Well, there's some questions here about the film that I have, but let's get there, because they land in Malta. The next flight, the next time they can get out of there is tomorrow. So TJ's like, oh, God damn it, I got to do something with this guy. So he takes him to the Maltese police headquarters in the city of Malta. I don't know what the city in Malta is. It's Maltese.
I don't know. I thought it was just all called Malta.
The whole thing is Malta. This is Malta. Country,
nation, state,
town, county. All the streets are named Malta. Everybody there is named Dave Malta.
It's not big.
You think that would be big enough to have a couple towns, though, like some island or some beachfront villages and things of that nature, fishing communities that don't live within the city.
Valletta is the capital.
Okay, there you go.
Valletta.
All right. So they're there. They take the taxi cab to the police station, and they're like, the taxi cab's a very friendly guy, and he's like, hey, tell me all about America, you big Texas son of a bitch. Oh, well, as long as you promise not to talk to my co-passenger here, or don't ask any questions, sure. But then the henchmen from the airplane, they drive up alongside in a Mercedes, and they start firing bullets, and Jodan's fired bullets back at him, and then he gets bonked in the face by a briefcase and passes out, or gets knocked out.
This is the first of many instances that displays Jodan's aversion to being bonked.
Yeah. He's out from briefcase.
Eats too many donuts.
It's not even like a...
Getting up would cause too much energy. I'm going to just lay here. I've been bonked.
It's not even like a Halliburton or anything like that. It's like an office briefcase. It's one of those flexi ones, you know, so if you did get bonked with it, there's actually some cushion in the briefcase itself, but he's just got a gentle head.
And it's his gun briefcase.
Oh, that's what he keeps the freaking Magnum in?
Yeah, because he gives it to customs, and the customs goes, what the fuck? Are you a gunfighter? And he's like, yep.
Ching, ching.
Okay,
ching.
Come on in.
I had an appointment for high noon. Oh, shit. We need to reschedule.
I'm sorry, we don't want any of that here. Move along, please.
So the cabbie, he gets shot in the back of the head, and the car stops, and the bad guys, they all get away, and the car blows up, and just as Jodan wakes up and dives out of it for the first time of avoiding explosions in this movie. So they think he's dead, and they're like, ha ha ha. Elsewhere, at Don Lumino's place...
Don LaManna.
He's a Don. He's a mafia Don. He's a big deal. He's running the Malta racket, which I'm assuming is not the most stressful side of the... You probably take some shipments and do a little bit of smuggling, but for the most part, you're sitting poolside with hot ladies.
Yeah, and I think he owns the bar that's the strip club.
Sure. You got a dungeon.
Yeah.
You got a dungeon, so you're doing some nefarious stuff. But for the most part, I think if you're the Don's guy in Malta, you're mostly just chilling. You're mostly just having a pretty nice time.
The Maltese action seems pretty low here.
Yeah. It seems like a pretty good place if you're not wanting to climb the ranks and just kind of, live the dream for a bit. Sure, you got to whack a guy and you got to pay off a lot of cops, but, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I've seen this so many times. This time around, I'm sort of like trying to, is this Don LaManna's vacation house, maybe?
I don't know. I think this is his house. I think this is Don LaManna's place. Like, hey, you can't go back to Italy because they're going to fucking throw you in the slammer. So what we're going to do is have you land in Malta, and you're going to be on the lam at Don LaManna's. Don LaManna's? That's a great man. That's all right, is what I would say. That is not what Palermo says. Palermo.
He has at least like 6 henchmen here.
He does. Yeah, but like normal guys that are running big rackets, they got like 30 henchmen. That's a lot of necks to snap when you sneak into the grounds. These guys don't need that much.
No.
Not that much action. All right. So he's got pool babes. They've got unlimited orange juice because they've just got orange juice everywhere. Like these guys, hey, can I get you didn't drink any of your last orange juice? I know, it's unlimited. I can have unlimited orange juice. Can I have another? Okay, fine. Bring this guy some more juice.
Go to any breakfast restaurant, and orange juice is like $17.
That's right. No, this is Don LaManna's got it. Pool babes, unlimited juice. Good deal here. So they're just chilling. Palermo, he gives he's like, oh hey, can I see your suntan lotion, because I've got a diabolical back rub to give.
He's not good with women.
No. I don't, but this isn't like, oh no, the diabolical bad. This guy's a bad guy. This guy's a real son of a bitch. He gave that lady a hard back rub.
He put oil in like one spot really hard and then pushed her in the pool and laughed.
What a villain.
And she's like, my hair. He's like, screw your hair.
And then one of the henchmen is like, yeah, massage that back weirdly. Yeah. I mean, I know what it's implying, but it's just not frightening. Like,
no.
Pull her hair, like, jerk her around. That's scary and not, what's the vile? Vile is the word I'm looking for. But this is just dumb. Too hard a back rub. Man, this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's just being a dick for no reason.
I hope fucking TJ Geronimo the third comes in and just fucking gives this guy some vengeance, because too hard a back rubs. That's the line. That is
and it's obviously like a situation that's set up where Don LaManna's like, relax, these women are going to have sex with you. And he's like, oh yeah, watch this. Now they don't like me. Okay. Mission accomplished, dick.
You're going to be a Weird House guest, aren't you? What are you going to do? Throw the unlimited OJ off the balcony? Like, haha, now we don't have any OJ. Fucking goddamn it.
Just pisses on some girl's bikini and puts an upper decker on one of the toilets. Like, why are you doing this?
Because I'm diabolical. I'm bad. The audience needs to know to hate me because of all the bad stuff I do. No, you're just a dork. You're just a lame dork. Get out of here. All right, so TJ, he spends the night in the cell once here. He starts. That's first time. We'll just preface that. And then he walks down the hall.
This is basically his hotel room.
Yeah, he walks down the hall, and it's like museum jail. Like, he's like, all right, the office is down there, and he's walking. Like, it's like got suits of armor, giant flags, and tapestries, and gorgeous vaulted ceilings. Well, I don't want to go to this jail, I guess. Again, the Malta. It's got things. It's got things that are nice.
There's history there.
Yeah. Let's do more. And he goes into the superintendent's office, and the superintendent's like, hey, your boss is on the phone. And the boss Wilson, I'm not sure, what's Boss Wilson do? What's his position? Is he fed or?
I thought he was like the district attorney. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I guess he manages extraditions. Whoever would do such a thing. I don't know. I don't know whose job that is. And he's like, hey, DJ, I want you to come home tomorrow. Leave this Palermo problem to the Maltese police people. They'll handle the Palermo problem. And make sure to bring your purple pajamas. Back to, okay, enough with the P alliteration. I'll stop. And I don't know why I keep doing this voice. So go out, enjoy the sights of the town of Malta, something. I don't know. I don't got time to care about Malta. Take a lady with you, preferably a hot cop lady. And she'll take you around town, show you things, but get on that plane tomorrow and no messing with Palermo. Don't do it or you'll get a back rub. That won't be a good one.
His hair will probably be fine in the pool.
Right. So back at Don Lamana's, the blonde lady, as we talked about, she's having her first scene, and he comes in, Palermo, and he smashes him against the glass. But here's the thing, and this is just a common thing in movies: the rape or sex in the shower. It can't work. It cannot. From the angles that the people are standing, he's not raping her vagina or her butt. It is the top of her butt crack, that whatever spot that's called, the coccyx. I think that's what his wiener is pushing up against. He's dorting himself.
He's just smashing her against the front of the shower repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good time for her. But she, at no point does she ever say in this movie that, oh, that rapist son of a bitch, he's just a creep, is what she says later, which is, is indicative of the times. But I think he just smashed her up against the glass.
He's just making sure that her hair can't be nice. Because he identified that was the way to get her goat.
Right, yeah, that'll do it. He's Maltese women, very particular. So there's a carnival in town, and it interrupts TJ's naps. Goddamn Maltese, making all this noise. I was supposed to be out touring town. Instead, I came up, had a shitload of donuts, and fell asleep in my hotel room. Wait, I have a hotel room? Why did I spend the night in fucking jail? Huh. Anyways, let's go look for Palermo. She's like, no, you're supposed to be chilling out. We're going to go see some sights, maybe have some, enjoy some of our delicious cuisine, our Maltese cuisine, and see some museums, go down to the park, feed the birds, and then maybe have some soft, gentle kissing at sunset, and then never speak to each other as you fly off back to the U.S. in the morning.
And he's like, no, I want to drink Malox and shoot people.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can oblige. So they go out amongst the people looking for Palermo. So at the Smuggler's Tavern, Jackie's got her favorite part of the movie, the pirate strippers. They're the pool gals from earlier.
Yeah. This begins a situation where they are going to do a striptease that lasts like 2.5 days, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty long one. They got a long shift.
But it starts with a plastic sword fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And is anybody really going to be in on this? Like, oh yeah. The hot ladies are going to sword fight. Plastic swords, hot stuff.
God, if only I had like a stack of $200 bills, not $100 bills. These hot ladies with swords, they deserve stacks of $200 bills.
I, at one point, became curious when you see things like this in movies a lot, that you're like, this is what they do at these sort of gentlemen's clubs? So I did a light reading on it, and it turns out that the American version of the strip club has, since its inception, spread like wildfire all over the world, because this was the shit that was going on.
In strip clubs.
It was just like we want them to be naked, but it needs to be a show.
They
They're
can't
not
just
good
stand
at
there and
that,
dance.
so they can't. Yeah, so the lap dancing and the strip dancing is spread like wildfire because of how dumb it was before.
So is it just like...
Which I think the second thing, the American version of the strip, I'm not interested. It's like, whatever. But yeah, it's a lot less dumb than this.
Is it like leftovers from vaudeville? Like that's what the strippers ladies were doing? Because, you go see a vaudeville show, an adult vaudeville show back in the day, and the ladies would come out and eventually they'd get their knockers out and they'd have the tassels on, but there was usually some plot to like their dumb thing that they would do. So
I think for a long period of time in France, they would just stand there naked because why bother with anything else? This is what you're after anyway, which I get. I'm like, that one probably makes sense.
Well, I mean, we all know that there's a place in France where the
naked ladies stand there.
The naked ladies stand there. Look at me. I am majestic. I will take your hundreds and your 200s. No, this is my French accent. My French accent to you. And then some British guy goes, what an eccentric performance. I buy it. Like you go back and watch strip club video from movies and it's always weird. It's not like what we know. It's weird stuff.
Yeah.
So the henchers, they're watching. Then they're out on the street, and TJ spots them, and they go to like a public square, and there's like a guy in a phone booth, and like a guy with a tomato cart, and a mom and her son there, and it's suddenly fucking high noon, and these people are like, Jesus Christ.
And the shots repeatedly just show you how much possible collateral damage is. There's a guy standing directly in front of someone using the phone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's like a guy standing next to a kid is this kid dressed as Napoleon?
Yeah, he's little Napoleon.
So you got guy in phone booth, collateral damage possibility, tiny Napoleon, collateral damage possibility.
It might have just been Napoleon, right? Because he's, he's just a little guy. I think he was dead by now. I'm not sure. I'm not big on history, but we will take Minolta. We're going to take Minolta, and then Malta, and then Malta. We'll have cameras to take pictures of us while we're taking Malta.
Yeah,
Napoleon. Somebody hold me up so I can get in the frame.
The third guy's in front of something that shouldn't be shot too. I can't remember what it is though.
More people, more bodies.
Well,
there's the phone booth. There's the phone booth guy.
There's little Napoleon.
Little Napoleon.
Yeah, and then there's that really nice statue that the other one's standing in front of. Like, I dare you to shoot this statue behind me.
Yeah, art. Okay, so he's like, he does the thing. You think you can take me? Go ahead on. Make your move. No. We're just gonna go. And then he just walk away. And he's like, nobody ever did that before. And they just go on about their business, and he never sees him again and enjoys his flight back to fucking U.S. Because that's what should have happened here. Instead, they're like, oh, he said we can't take him. I guess we have to try now.
I've never gunfighted, but I guess this is the time for me to start.
I've got to...
And she's just watching him, and her body posture and what's happening on screen is like, well, she is as completely confused by this as the rest of them. But later she's going to be like, how amazing. And you're like, was it? And did you think that? Because you looked pretty confused.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, good thing you're here to enact some final justice, because I've never seen actual justice done until today. What with
these guys weren't going to do anything bad.
Putting innocent lives at risk for little to no purpose.
They're just hanging out.
They went to the strip club, and then they walked outside to enjoy the carnival, and now he is throwing lead all over the place. He shoots a guy into the phone booth. The guy
we don't know what happened to the phone booth man, if he's okay or not.
I'm assuming he turned around and went, "Have you heard the concept of other people?"
I'm trying to use the phone.
Okay. And then the kid, the tomatoes go down, obviously. Guy falls on, bleeds all over all of Malta's tomato supply. Now there's tomato shortage. The great tomato famine of Malta.
Yeah.
And then the kid gets fucking grabbed, and Jodan's like, think you can take me? Go on ahead. Again, to the guy.
Uh-huh.
And shoots him in the fucking face. Brains splatter all over mom. Fucking kid can't hear ever again. And completely just shits his pants. Needs to go to therapy for the next fucking 10 years because a guy's fucking head came apart right next to him. Who was just standing there.
He can never look at a painting of Napoleon again without trauma.
Right?
From the time that he was dressed as Napoleon and the man was shot on him. I dressed up as Napoleon once, and then a guy got shot on top of me.
Yeah. I could never do a French accent you again. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, no more.
Yeah.
No. Fucking Napoleon eating the ice cream. Hilarious. Hilarious.
I don't know how the guy that played Napoleon in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure wasn't a big star. I'm still puzzled by that.
Okay. I can't move on now. I just think of Napoleon eating ice cream. All right, so he gets arrested because he just shot 3 dudes on the fucking street. Not even street justice.
They weren't
just
doing
shot
anything.
Dudes.
Turns out they had guns, I guess. So they're partially okay to be shot. That's his justification here.
I don't know what the law is for open carry in Malta, but I'm assuming
the police don't have guns.
Yeah, assuming he is still in trouble, should be in trouble for just shooting guys.
Yeah, and she's like, no, he's amazing at shooting people.
Shooting
I guess.
Guys. Okay.
Yeah, not even really, because he's just kind of like sweating laboriously, like, you think you can take me? Like, she's looking at it like, are you going to make it? Do you need to sit down?
The boss calls again. He's like, get your ass back to Texas. Well, my flight doesn't leave for another 18 hours. Oh, Jesus, there's going to be so many bodies. All right. Well, don't be a bad guy. You leave that Palermo guy alone and do what the cops say. Stay out of it. Yeah, sure. Okay. Word gets back to Palermo about these guys that got dead in the streets. So he says, you know what, Don LaManna, let me handle this TJ guy. And Don LaManna's like, oh, fuck, now there's 2 of them and they're fighting each other. Jesus Christ, Malta's never going to, this whole island's going to sink into the ocean like Atlantis because of these 2 dickheads and all their fucking lead flying. Yep. How about I send you to Sicily instead? Also, you dumbass, pool babes, unlimited OJ.
Mm-hmm.
What more do you need? I want to kill this guy for killing my brother. All right, how about I send some guys? They'll get him. They'll bring him back here. We'll put him in the dungeon, and we'll drink OJ in front of him and not give him any. Vengeance. Nope, I got to do it. God damn it. So, TJ and Maria, they go out to lunch, and she's like, so what's it like to be a cop in America? And he's like, well, I just get justice. And she's like, well, what about laws? And he's like, I make the laws because politicians are bad. And
the
so,
law is hot lead.
Yeah, hot lead. So, Piramo, he goes hunting at Smuggler's Tavern. He's like, oh, hold on. On my way to vengeance, I got to stop by these swashbuckling women and
who have been dancing for at least a day now.
Right. Yeah, they're still doing that same thing. Are they doing this the swashbuckler? Yeah, that's all they do. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Good thing there's no variety in their striptease. The Don Lamanna, he comes in and he's like, "Hey, you dumbass! I told you to stay on the property." He's like, "No, I told you I'm gonna go get vengeance." "No, you stay on my property, on my estate with pool babes." And no, wait, the pool babes are here. And so he slaps him around for some general reason. I don't know why he's slapping them.
Just because he's a dick.
Yeah, okay. Just want you to remember that I'm in charge. So TJ, he finds some hookers. And he's like, "Hey, TJ found some hookers? Whoa, that was an accident." And they're like, "Yeah, if you want to find that Palermo guy, he's at Smuggler's Tavern." "Oh, okay. Well, that was helpful. Thanks, ladies. And here's a couple $100 in Malta money."
And then there's one of the henchmen that never shows back up again. Or he actually does show up, but this henchman is never dealt with. This American
mustache.
Henchman. He's sort of like, he floats about the movie and never really engages in any of the violence.
He likes
these hookers.
He looks like a mix between Higgins and Martin Mull.
Yeah.
So it's a trap. This henchman is like, "Nice job, hooker ladies, telling that guy to go to Smuggler's Tavern," which, we didn't need to set up this elaborate trap. He was going to go there eventually anyways, because that's actually where we do conduct business. So it's not really, we've now told him the focus of our criminal empire's meeting location where we do bad things. This might not have, should have said the park. Should have sent him to the park and then had like a tree ambush. Guys jumping out of trees and stuff with guns. But nope, now we're going to shoot up where we actually make money. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might get in trouble for this one. So TJ, he has ambush sense, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's guys everywhere because they're all dressed in suits and have sunglasses on." But I didn't spot those guys on the plane. But whatever. So she's like, "Oh, amazing, ambush sense. That's so cool of you." So he grabs a pole from some guy because this carnival has like a bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
People dressed up as bullshit. Like, I think this guy was a beef eater that he grabbed a pole arm from and then like pushed a guy into the Mediterranean and then chucked the pole arm and stabbed some other guy in the chest and then starts shooting up the fucking place. And Palermo's like, "Oh crap." And he runs away. And then the cops run up and all they see is fucking TJ shooting up the bodies, a trail of bodies in his path. And they're like, "Let's not let this guy out again.
Yeah.
Let's keep him." I mean, second time, he's just fucking killing islanders. They wanna... Okay. So, Piermo...
He's giving loose cannons a bad name.
Yeah. So Palermo, he runs into the church, and he puts on a robe, and he's sneaking around, and some lady's like, "I need confession. I have made relations with someone, my neighbor's wife." Palermo's like, "Oh, wait, hold on. This is a confession I do want to hear." But she's like, she knows that he's full of shit. That's not how this works. There's no, what about the Hail Marys? He's just like, "No, you're fine, sister. Your sister, God is a lie. It's just a way to control you and your body." And she's like, "What kind of priest are you?" And he's like, "I'm a criminal. Hey, I'm a criminal." And she's like, "Oh, so you are Catholic. Hey-o!"
Oh.
Just kidding. The Catholic are lovely people. Was just there. I had to take that joke. I'm sorry if I've offended all of our Catholic listeners, which I'm assuming is all of them because Catholicism is the one true religion. Right?
It's good at starting wars.
Okay. So, TJ, he's like, "Hey, that's not how you give a confession. You must be Palermo." So the chase resumes. They run down to the docks. They're both out of ammo. Palermo gets the drop on TJ on the boat and starts choking him out, but then Maria hits him with an oar.
Puts him in a headlock, kind of. It's not even a headlock. He's just kind of, it's a shitty bear hug.
Yeah.
And Jodan just runs out of gas. He's just like, oh, I'm bested. She hits him with an oar, and then Jodan just lays down because he's tired.
Right. Oh, man. He choked off my donut supply to my brain. So then they get in Zodiacs, and they race to the sea. And mind you...
Of course they do.
Of course they do. Mind you, this all sounds very exciting when I say it out loud. On film, it is very not. This is the most boring Zodiac race I could possibly imagine.
It culminates in bumper boats.
Yeah, right?
At one point, I thought, okay, somebody's going to either, one, pull out a harpoon gun and pierce the other guy's boat, right? Like, I'm waiting for this piece of excitement to happen. Or he's going to pull, Jodan's going to pull a knife out of his cowboy boot and stab the other guy's boat.
Right.
Neither one of those things happened, and I was like, that's it? You just run over the guy's boat?
I mean...
They could not afford to destroy one of those Zodiacs. Zodiacs are stupidly expensive.
Yeah, they are really expensive. Boat. They are really expensive, but oh my God, this is just so boring. They're schmeving all over the place, hot dogging, and bumping into each other, and it's like 5 minutes of it.
And they... Like, after they bumper boat each other, they fight with a boat hook and a net.
They fight with fishing equipment.
Poorly.
Poorly. Yeah, so then Palermo, he punches him out. Jodan's down again. And then he just leaves.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna get you for killing my brother once you wake up and we're in a different place.
Yeah.
I'm holding a spear.
That boat's too expensive to blow up.
It's just stab you right now, but I wanted to see the look in your eyes. And I don't have time to wake you up. I guess, I don't know. He just fucking leaves. And like the very next scene, he's there swearing vengeance to Don LaManna. That guy killed Tony. I got to get vengeance. You just had him. You bunked him out and we're holding a spear. Idiot.
There has to be a point where Don LaManna has had enough of this nonsense, and it never happens.
It never happens. Don LaManna's not prepared to deal with dickheads. Like, I'm telling you, he's got too much of a cush job. You got to go to, when you're, I guess, send a capo down there. Send a capo, slap Don LaManna around, keep him on his toes. You know? Hey, you don't run a tight ship down here, Don LaManna. You're going to lose your position. You're going to lose your pool babes. You're going to lose your unlimited orange soda or whatever this
orange juice
brown stuff is that is I'm just piling up. I mean, can I have another one? But look, you got to run a tight ship around here, Don LaManna, and I've heard rumors that you're just letting things go willy-nilly.
He is. He's just whatever goes at Don LaManna's.
Yeah, so see, it just goes up the food chain, you know. It's really the top brass's fault for everything that happens in Malta right now. So TJ, he's arrested again, and the superintendent's like, okay, well, Maria's reassigned because clearly she was not up to the task of chaperoning you on the island of Malta. You have now killed 8 people on the streets of this town, something, and so she's done. But have a nice day, sir. Wait, you're not gonna lock me up? No, you're an American citizen. Get your ass back out. They're funny. We can't lock you up.
I mean, I already locked your gun in my desk, and that hasn't stopped you from shooting a bunch of people.
Yeah. So he's let go again. He's back to the hotel. This time he does have a police watch on him, at least. But he easily overcomes that guy and chokes him out and piles him up in his bathroom floor. And then he sneaks away. And he goes back to the cavern. And where
the ladies have now been dancing for 2 days.
They're so tired. so tired. I lost my sword 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
My favorite one, though, on these ladies is the brown-haired one that has the fringy underwear.
Mm-hmm.
So every time she dances, it looks like her fringe is hanging out, but it's just, tassels on her underwears.
So her fringe was hanging out.
I don't know.
You mean her minge. Her fringe is what you have on the side of your underwears. Minge is what you have inside of the underwears.
Oh.
Chicky. I think I got your joke. I see it, and I like it. I just think it needs work. Needs some retooling.
My brain is broken.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Fair
How
enough.
about that?
All right.
Yes.
Wait. I'm going to
Okay.
do the pirate sword dance so we can move on.
Oh, the song that plays in this. When they do the stripper dance, the song plays at the end of the movie too, and it's a pretty fucking serious jam. It sucks, but it's pretty rad. Like,
Yeah.
in Suck Factor, I wish I could remember it. It's like, he's chasing, he's running, he's doing all tough guy stuff. It's one of those explaining the movie theme songs, but the ladies are dancing to it. Also, we need a hero. Boom. Because it's just that.
He's going to bust up this joint real nice with what could only be called Jodan Fu.
Yep.
His style of fighting is very unique. It seems to be mostly ineffective.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There's a big rumble. Oh, no, that's not yet. I don't think.
That's not yet?
Because this is the part where he talks to the strippers who have been tipped, or they tip him off, and Palermo comes in, and the bartender tips him off. Anyways, Palermo comes in while he's talking to the strippers, and he sticks a needle in Jodan's neck, and he takes him to the dungeon, and now he's down there. And so Palermo, he slaps Gina around, the blonde lady, because she's still getting tortured by him for some reason. And then he gives her purple nurples.
Gives her a titty twister.
Purple nurple, yeah.
Like a really bad, like...
No, stop it.
The most vengeful titty twister ever. And you're like, what is this guy's fucking problem?
Oh, no, now he's got my arm. Oh, an Indian bird. No, not the Indian bird. Oh, what do you want from me, you cruel monster?
And
now
she
he's
didn't
spitting
even
in my
spill the
mouth.
beans.
He's got me pinned down and he's doing the loogie thing in my mouth. No, he sucked it back in. Oh, no, he's dripping it down in my face. Oh, he sucked it back in. Oh. Oh, man.
Gives her a wet willy on the way out for good measure.
Oh, it's torturous, diabolical wet willy. It's really wet. This horrible. Won't somebody please take this horrible man away from me? Is there no justice?
She probably wasn't going to rat him out until he did that.
Gave her fucking purple nurples.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking what a weirdo. So
I like his fucking what a weirdo. Okay, right, moving on.
He is a weirdo. This is a weird villain.
He's a weirdo.
Okay, so he falls asleep, I guess, from nurpling. And she sneaks down the stairs, down to the dungeon, and she's like, hey, TJ, let's get out of here. And so I'll take you upstairs to the bedroom where Palermo's asleep. He's like, cool, I'll kill him in his sleep because I'm not going to make the same mistake he does. And he just fucking blams the bed, but there's nobody in it. Because just 2 seconds ago he said, I'll never fucking underestimate Palermo again. He's behind me, isn't he? Damn it.
Yeah.
He doesn't blam anything.
No.
He's like, surprise, motherfucker. And there's nobody there. And then he looks around like, oh, fuck.
It's also, she's like, do you promise to protect me? And he's like, yes. And then she dies immediately after that.
Fucking gets her throat
Oh, yeah.
cut. Yep, she's dead as shit. So he chases TJ off the balcony and down to the boat, and he's still... Jackie made this observation. So as he's jumping down the balcony, Palermo and his guys are just blasting fucking lead at him, shooting up the whole fucking pool area and the pier, the dock, and then he steals his fucking boat, Don LaManna's boat, and they jump in Don LaManna's yacht. They chase after him. They shoot up the fucking boat. Jodan jumps off the side. The fucking boat blows up. So not only have they shot up Don LaManna's place, they blew up his fucking boat too.
Yes.
I'd be pissed. I would be
pissed. And he keeps saying, like, oh, this guy made me a lot of money. And I'm like, it better have been a shitload of money because he's costing you a shitload of money right now.
And it seems like he's like, whatever the racket was that made you all that money, he could be easily replaced by somebody else because this guy's a moron.
He's just a dick for no reason.
Yeah, I think you could do better, Don LaManna. I'm telling you. Sicily's got to send some heavies down to Malta. There's things happening. The Crete boys, not as nice of an island, according to Justin. But at least they got their shit together. They got that fucking maze. They got the Minotaur, the monster with the horns and stuff. That fucking bull guy, he knows how to do it. You don't go down to Crete and fuck around.
No. And the strip club's better because of him, I guess.
Yeah, one time that kid tried to fly away and he fucking wax melted off his wings and he crashed into the ocean. And don't fuck around in Crete, but Malta.
It's like a clown car.
For the mob. Come here, Don LaManna.
So
he grabs his nose. He's a clown. He's a clown. You're a clown, Don LaManna.
Am I here for your amusement?
Do I make you laugh? Yeah, you do. You got big fucking shoes and a honky nose. Oh, can I smell your flower? Oh, it's seltzer. Don LaManna. You're a fucking clown.
Meanwhile, Jodan has washed up on a strange desert island and befriended some dirty children. They just got shit all over their faces. And he's like, oh, I'll teach you how to use a slingshot, island children.
Are you our new dad?
And then he just leaves on a boat, and they're like, bye! And you're like, who the fuck are those kids? Do they have parents? What's going on here?
5
What
days.
island is this?
5 days he was fucking Jason Bourne on this goddamn island where they just poked at him with the fucking stick. Then mom came down and she was like, oh, bring him up to the house. He can either be our dinner or my new husband. So he's like, okay, I'm out of here. Everything back in Malta is like, well, that got cleaned up nicely after that TJ guy disappeared. I think he's dead and he's at the bottom. Palermo's been quiet. There hasn't been bodies raining down in the streets anymore. And, we can't find him. So I think we're just going to walk away.
There's got the safety sign has 5 days without a murder spree on it. Jodan walks in, a guy grabs the eraser.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Oh, God damn it. And he starts being an asshole immediately. He's like, hey, so I want to go talk to that bartender at Smuggler's Tavern because he knows something. Yeah, no shit. The thing that you know, where Don LaManna lives, where you were just held in the dungeon. You left that place. You saw it. It's on the shoreline. You know what it looked. Okay, God, you're an idiot. Let's go back to the bartender. Also, fuck. Why the bartender? The strippers, you got saved your life by one and she died. How about going to the other stripper? I don't really
No, rumor gets around.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Can't be going to the other stripper.
Yeah, I don't deal with women. I deal with men. Bartending men. Like they do in Texas. Now give me some milk. So, what's this say? He's put... Oh, yeah. Boss says, hey, you're put on suspension. Give me your badge and your gun. He's like, well, you already got my gun, but you're not getting my bloody badge. Walks away.
And you don't have any jurisdiction here anyway.
Yeah, right? That doesn't matter if you're what your gun and your badges. Meanwhile, Palermo and the Don, they're having a boat party. And it gets weird with another lady with Palermo. It's like, so do you like titty twisters? And she's like, no, nobody likes them.
Not really. So he starts pinching her stomach hard.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good thing you're leaving tomorrow to go to Sicily, that your lamb stuff is over, said Don Lamana. Oh, yeah? We'll see about that. TJ and Maria, they get lunch, and he's like, I'm going to go talk to that bartender. She's like, you're not supposed to. And he's like, I'm just going to ask him some questions. Cut to him sticking his head in the fish tank.
He's waterboarding him.
Yep. Cops come in. They're like, Jesus, fuck. You're under arrest again. So Maria, she uses his gun to break him out. She like steals his gun from the desk, his big gun, and she's like, let him out to the guard, and the guard lets him out. Okay, let's go. So he puts gun on the bartender's face. He goes back to the bar, or no, he goes to the bartender's home. He knows where the bartender lives, but not where Don. Oh, Jesus Christ, this guy.
But meanwhile, she's like, I know where Don Lamana lives.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just going to fuck with the bartender anyway.
No, I appreciate that, young lady, but I can't trust any info given to me by a woman. You got to go to that guy, you know. You know, as my dad used to say, don't trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die.
Gross.
Yeah. Gross? That's what you're going to say to, like, the most offensive thing to female law, like, gross.
Gross.
That's icky. Grody. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. No, I only get info from guys, ladies. Sorry. So he learns about Don Lamana, and she's like, yeah, I know where he lives. Let's go there. So they take the boat to the pier, and he's like, yeah, this is the place. All right, I should have listened to you in the first place. Maybe I've had it all wrong about women this whole time, but I don't have time for that. So breaks into the house, and he starts taking out the guards, and then he finds Palermo and Don hanging out together, but then he's caught by the he gets henched by the henchmen, the tall henchmen, and they wrestle over the gun, and Don Lamana gets shot in the tummy.
Yep, Don Lamana has finally realized the full potential of his house guest and is now dead.
I should have saw this coming.
Yeah, and then after that, Jodan Baker gets tangled in some curtains and falls down.
Yeah, so now he's gotten henched again, and so they lead TJ back to the dock, and I guess they're gonna like shoot him off they're gonna take him to the boat and then like shoot him and drop him in the ocean. But Wilson, the boss, is there, and he's like, hey, hold it. And they're like, oh, whew, man, that was a close one. And he's like, no, wait, no, I'm not here for you. I'm here. I'm in on it. I was the guy that set this whole thing
Where's
up.
my cash?
Where's my cash? Ah, damn it, Wilson. But then Maria, she's like, drop it, mister. And he's like, what the kind of gun is that? And she fucking fires it, and it's a flare gun, and it burns up his tummy. Ah! He falls into the sea.
He's dead, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if that would actually work or not.
It wouldn't be fun.
No, it wouldn't be fun to get hit with a flare, but I don't know if it just...
those are so hot that you probably would die from that.
Okay, all right. So Palermo, he grabs her, puts her on the boat, and he's going to do the weird thing. He's going to do weird things to her. And she's like, no, because Jodan's still under the henchman's gun, so he can't stop it. But then the henchman's like, hey, what's happening in there? Remember earlier in this film when I was creepy about giving back rubs? Is he giving her a back rub in there that's too hard and uncomfortable? Because I kind of need to watch that. Ah, God damn it, you got me. Gets his gun and he kills the henchman, and then... Oh,
he takes a shot, though, too. It seems like he gets winged by the shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's shot in the hand or the arm or something because he's dripping blood pretty good. And then Palermo comes out to see the noise, and he's like, you think you can take me? Go ahead on.
Yep.
Make your move. And gunfight time. So he shoots him. Palermo's dead. Yay. And he goes to Maria, and he's like, hey, he's got my badge. Will you go get that for me?
That up? Like, the end of the movie is him going... I'm tired. Can you pick that up for me? And then credits roll.
But not before he's arrested again, Sam, and then let go. Got to have that one more time. Because I'm sure that's what happens immediately following the credits.
I would think they're both arrested at this point.
Yeah, she needs to go to jail. She's not good. She's not good at this. Yeah, that's the movie. It stinks. Questions?
They're both in jail forever, right?
Mm-hmm. They should be. That's how the law works. You can't just go to another country and start blasting guys and being like, I'm a cop in a different country. So, justice? Okay.
Let's say they don't go to jail forever, as they should, because of how easily it is to get out of these Maltese jails in this movie. They just let you go.
Can I leave?
Will he ever stop fucking around and realize that he is the object of her affection for some strange reason?
No, showdown. No. TJ Geronimo the third. I don't think he's into chicks or dudes. I think he's into bullets.
Just shooting people.
He's an ammo-sexual. Yeah. That's all he gets him hard. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, it sucks.
Does it?
She could do better.
She could do better. And maybe she'll find love in prison. Jackie, question?
That was my question. Like, what does she do after he leaves? But
does he leave? They go to jail forever, Jackie. Prison, life in prison.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was going to be my question, but then it makes sense that they would be in prison.
This is I don't know if we said that but this is an IMDb bottom 100 movie. Should it be?
It's pretty bad. It's bad even for a Greydon Clark movie because it's, as I said before, his name and his apparel are so dumb. It doesn't get that dumb, but it's as haphazard as any Greydon Clark movie I've ever seen. It seems like there was some stuff that was getting away from him in the production. This is not tight for him.
But this bottom pretty loose. 100 worst movies of all time. 100.
It's really bad.
I can't subscribe to that. To me, this just feels like a pilot. Like if you get rid of the titties and a little bit of the gore, this just feels like a TV show to me. Like a shitty, I don't know what, a shitty Magnum PI. Like Magnum PI comes up and everybody's like, yeah, we can make that show. It's just, that's tonally and visually to me just what it seems like. I don't think that this is bottom 100 at all. It's bad. It's dumb. But it's just, I don't even think it's Greydon Clark. There's no chance that this is Greydon Clark's worst movie. I think Angels Brigade is a worse movie than this one. But it's more awesome. It's more awesome. I think this is the problem with Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's not their fault. It's people that say, oh, that must be a really shitty movie. No, it's just a really riffable movie. It makes for a good episode. Like some of the best episodes we've ever done are on movies that are actually pretty awesome, right? Usually we struggle on the movies that are really bad. But we don't have a lot to talk about. So you can't lump those two together just because it was on Mystery Science Theater and you're like, oh, that Jodan Baker guy sure sucks in this movie. I don't see it, dude. Maybe bottom 1,000 movies.
Maybe
100.
It's pretty bad.
Fucking 100. Nah, I don't. I'm giving this a 5. Like I just don't even think it's anything. Jackie, your take? Bottom 100.
No, I just don't. I've seen so many shit movies that this one is not. I mean, it was entertaining and it had some boring parts, but bottom 100, no.
Okay. Jackie and Justin are on the same page. Fist bump over Skype. Yeah. That's all I got. That's my point. Is I think that people need to actually watch movies rather than just see that it was an episode of MSD3K.
It's not worse than the movie we did last week.
Tarot?
Tarot.
No, Tarot was a worse movie.
Terrible.
Tarot was a worse movie, and there's a lot of those. So, yeah, no, eat shit. I got nothing else on this thing. I'm going to move to final recommendations, starting with Jackie.
do.
Okay. Wow. Was not expecting that.
Well, I kind of went back and forth on it, but the bottom line was I was entertained. It was ridiculous. I laughed a lot. And just some of the weird things, like all the beer that was by the pool, right? And the dancing pirate ladies. I mean, it was fun.
Okay. I was not expecting that out of you. I'm surprised. Sam?
Yeah, I can't say don't to a movie that I've seen like 5 or 6 times. It's obviously a do if I've watched it that many times.
I don't know how you've watched it that many times.
So I watched it for... The first 3 times was I saw it on Mystery Science Theater. I watched the Riff Tracks version to get their different jokes. And then I watched it just to have seen it without any of that. And then incidentally, it was on a bad movie day where I was like, oh, I guess I'll watch it again. And then we just watched it. So at least 5 times. So I'm thinking 5 times through on this one.
All right. I cannot. I just can't get behind it. I want to get behind it, but to me, it feels like Greydon didn't really have any passion for it. And I know that that's weird describing a director like Greydon Clark having passion, but actually a lot of those other movies put his weight behind and some talent. This one, he just kind of fucking hem and hawed through. Like the concept of him going to jail and then getting out of jail and going to jail and getting out of jail is like is the joke of the film. Yeah. But I just feel like it's lazy and not well put together. I don't know. I think that it's boring. And once you get past the Jodan Baker being not action guy, there's not a whole lot else here. It's fine. It's a good bad movie Sunday movie. But if you're wanting to win bad movie Sunday, Final Justice is not your fucking ticket to a trophy.
And I would further state that if you've never seen it, it is better with either Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater. The first time you do it, you should do it that way.
It sets itself up pretty good for doing some of that. So, I mean, if you got a good group of guys and gals, they got zingers ready, locked and loaded. They got a big old fucking 357 or whatever this hand cannon is that he's got loaded up with jokes. Then maybe it's like a
45.
45.
It's like a fucking. He's got like it's a piece shooter from ye olde Western times.
Colt. Yeah, it's Colt, probably. Colt 45. It's a big old loaded can of malt liquor. Milk liquor. Ha ha. Okay. That's your show. Next week is going to be Sam's pick. Sam.
I haven't decided. I think that we're doing Thunder from 1983, which is an Italian, apparently just complete ripoff of First Blood.
All right. I always like the Italian mocks. So
it's on Prime.
All right. We'll see what happens. But for now, expect Thunder. Have a great week, fam. And support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Stinker Madness. Don't forget, this podcasting's expensive. We always appreciate the support. We don't demand it. We're still going to do it, but it helps pay the bills around here. And I think that's it. Write to us, Talk at Stinker Madness. Reach out to us on Facebook, facebook.com/Stinker Madness. Go to our merch store, stinkermadness.com, and click the store button and buy yourself a t-shirt. And then show off your t-shirt to people. I guess that's what you do with those. Get to the chopper.